Hello, welcome to the YouTube edition of the Examined Fandom. Right now, we have they want us to pay money to continue on Apple Podcasts. So right now, we're gonna say, okay, we're just gonna do the YouTube channel. So that's why we're doing this on YouTube and not on Apple iTunes. We hope to eventually return to Apple Podcasts once we get enough viewership to be able to make up to make some dough off of this, so that we can actually support it, support paying money for the podcast. But anyway, for right now, the world of sports, the football season, the
Right
NFL
around the
season, I
corner.
should say, is just about to start. So we've been
Yep.
doing a series on on each division. So we've done the NFC and AFC North, and East divisions. Today we're gonna take the South. All right, Daniel, what's going on in the South? What's the big news in the
In
AFC?
the AFC South, the news is Andrew Luck retiring at 29 before he won't play this season. And
Yeah.
Colts are kind of. I think maybe people were thinking the Colts might be the favorites, but I don't know.
Well,
The whole division is now kind of a toss up.
not in the good sense. Not in the sense that
Yeah,
everybody
not
can
in the
compete.
sense that yes.
Yeah, this is getting rather interesting. So the Colts are gonna have to rule out Jacoby Brissett, I believe it is. He did okay last year, but not the answer at all. So total quarterback mayhem in the division. Not the team that has the most stable quarterback position would. Well, actually, I don't think there is a single team that has a stable quarterback position. Let's go through all the teams. So we got the Houston Texans. They got Deshaun Watson. All right, who's as good a quarterback as they come, really. But he took 62 sacks last season. He suffered a torn ACL. Can he actually stay healthy?
Well, can their O line even protect them? As that's the question.
Yeah. J.J. Watt returning to form. That should be good. Jadavian Clowney wants out of Houston for some reason. Just like, I don't know what, like these players, just like, I guess they want more money, but they're not going to get it like right away anyway. So you might as well play. And you could get injured, but what they're going to do anyway, is they're going to start in week 6 and then be uh, physically unprepared for the NFL season, and then it's not going to go as well as they want it to go. So I don't really know what Jadavion Clowney is thinking here, but yeah, I
But he
guess he wants.
wants out anyway.
He does. So we'll see how that works out for them. Um, what draft capital do you think the Texans are going to get for him?
Um, they could probably get some players and some picks. I don't know if they're going to get a first rounder for him.
I'd be surprised because
Yeah,
if players holding out usually don't get. Well, I guess Khalil Mack. They got
yeah.
the Raiders got 2 first rounders for him, but yeah, we'll see what happens with Clowney. Uh, yeah, I don't think they're going to get a first round pick, so this is a dismal disappointment for the former first overall, who was supposed to be a generational pass rusher to pair with J.J. Watt. That did not work out. So that's sad for the Texans, and their quarterback is going to get injured most likely. Or there's a very high percentage, very good chance of that happening. Okay, so the Colts, now they're rolling out with Jacoby Brissett. They got Andrew Luck, who was injured, and now he's quitting. Yeah, do you have any thoughts on that? Do you think that well, I was thinking everybody would agree that he shouldn't have been booed, and that anybody who booed should get banned for life from entering the Colts stadium.
From Lucas Oil Stadium.
I wouldn't oppose it really, because like there are very few circumstances that I think booing's okay for. There are very few circumstances in which booing's okay, but because someone retired after being injured
They your
last.
team it is a prime.
Yeah. Of course, people like Colin Cowherd are going to tell us that, like, well, they didn't know that was the reason he was stepping back at that point. But come on, we all know that was. We all knew that that was the reason. You had to believe it, right? So,
Yeah.
any excuse for booing? Do you think that's like? Do you have any sympathy for the booers?
I don't. I mean, come on, he's what, probably the Colts' second best franchise quarterback,
Yeah.
and they completely wasted him. He was just injured so much, and they never did anything to help that. They never got him any help, or they never had a good O line, except maybe like last year their O line was okay. But pretty much his entire tenure there, he was just getting sacked and beaten up.
Not good. Not good.
And I can't even recall like all the years that Luck was there if they ever had like a super solid running back option.
They had. I want to say they had Frank Gore one of those years. So yeah, probably. But no. They didn't have much in the way of talent. Uh, yeah. So
Like, I mean, you kind of like watching the Colts, you kind of knew they were a pass first kind of team.
Marlon Mack did average 4.7 yards on 195 carries last year, so he seems to be doing well. Otherwise, yeah, not too much going on in running backs in Indianapolis Colts recent history. They made the playoffs twice on the last 5 years. They made the wild card last year, and the they won their division in 2014. But when they won 13 games, but otherwise it's been 8 wins, 4 wins, and then 11 wins last year. So they haven't been doing too well with Andrew Luck. So now they're gonna have to go with a backup, and then they're gonna have probably draft a quarterback in 2020, and then or they could just wait for Trevor Lawrence in 2021. Do another suck for luck campaign. Try to lose on purpose to get the best quarterback that is the best quarterback prospect of the decade, maybe. Who's supposed to be a mobile Peyton Manning. So, yeah, I go ahead and try to get Trevor Lawrence in 2021. Is that
So
a good plan for the Colts?
now, do you think that's how they should bounce back from this?
Well, you just roll with Jacoby Brissett,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And say he's our guy. Then this 2019 season's going to go the way it's going to go, right?
Well, I think we can already tell where the 2019 season is going.
Well, it's like say we're gonna roll with him anyway, blah blah blah. Then after that, it's 2020. You can sign a veteran quarterback, right, to a 2 3 year deal. Like they can sign Marcus Mariota to like a 2 year contract or something like that. Dak Prescott, whatever, and then like say that they're gonna like actually I don't know. You have to make sure that's a quarterback that's sound like Brian Fitzpatrick, something that is a name that makes it seem like they're trying to do something, but really they're just trying to lose on purpose to get Trevor Lawrence.
They're just trying to just tank for that high draft pick.
Yeah, like of course that means that Trevor Lawrence is going to stay at Clemson for his senior year if they're trying to do that because that's just the way it works. But yeah, you might as well because he's the best quarterback. Um, he's the best quarterback prospect that we've seen in the last 5 years for sure. He just took down Alabama. His whole season last year was just phenomenal, and he took down Alabama in the championship game the way he did. Yeah, that's obviously a superstar quarterback. So, like we have not seen a quarterback that we knew was going to be a superstar in a long time. All the other top picks have been like projected that they were going to be good. I guess Baker Mayfield was. He did very well at Oklahoma, but there were still concerns about his size and whatnot and his athleticism, yada yada yada. But there's none of that with Trevor Lawrence, so you might as well try. That's what. I mean, what else are you gonna do? Because right now they have no. Unless you think there's gonna be a quarterback in 2020 that you want to spend a first round pick on, that would be better than trying to get Trevor Lawrence. I think that's what they should do. Just grab Trevor Lawrence in 2021.
I think that's probably the only chance the Colts have to be relevant again. Just tank for Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, that'd be a good storyline, I guess. I mean, why not? I can see that working.
I can't think of anything else they could do. I don't think there's any saving this season, seeing as it's about to start.
No, I mean you can do that. I think they can play well enough to just not be a disgrace. But yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah.
All right,
But
the Jaguars rolling with Nick Foles. All right, Nick Foles is gonna take them back to the 2017 season and add the 2018 Eagles magic. Or the 2017 Eagles magic, yeah. The only 2018 Super Bowl, but yeah, he's gonna be that. Is gonna be what the Jaguars needed in the 2017 playoffs.
I think he can be.
Yeah, he actually proved it in those playoffs. So,
Yeah.
yeah, can the team get on track? Can they get back to where they were in 2017, where they won 12 games, won their division, lost in the championship game? Yeah. I mean, I guess there's no real reason why they couldn't. They
I
just had
don't
a
know if the
total
Jaguars.
bummer every year.
I don't
Yeah,
know if the Jags can make it back to a championship game this year.
they could. If you're just looking at the other teams in the conference, there's the Patriots and the Chiefs are the only two teams
Chargers.
that would be. They could beat the Chargers. That I would say, okay, well, this is going to take an upset. Like, okay, so if they can pull off an upset against the Chiefs or the Patriots, then yeah, there's no reason they couldn't make it to the championship game. I don't really think the Chargers are good enough to just ruin any opponent, but.
I think they could beat the Jaguars though.
The 2017 Jaguars were pretty good.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Well, yeah, kind of the whole point is to get their defense back to where it was, get the running game going, and getting a real quarterback in there. So we'll see what they do, but there's no certainty with that. But yeah, I think Nick Foles good contract, 4 years, 80 million or 90 million. Is that a good deal?
I think for Nick Foles, yeah, that's fine. I
Yeah.
think the least of the Jaguars' problems is their quarterback right now. I think they got their quarterback settled, and it's just up to the rest of the team to prove themselves.
Yeah. So, positive notes on that. Yeah, get it together, Jaguars. Otherwise, they're gonna banish you to London if you can't get it together. So, all right, Tennessee Titans.
Yeah,
Yay, mediocrity. All right,
yeah.
nothing says mediocrity like the Tennessee Titans.
Honestly,
Okay. Actually, they so 2 wins in 2014, 3 wins in 2015. They made 9, 10, and 9 in 2016 through 2018. All right, 2019, they're gonna roll in with
Marcus Mariota.
how many wins do you think?
How many wins? They're
Yeah.
going. They're going. Maybe like 6-10.
Well, actually, they went 9-7 last year.
Okay, I'll give them
3-3 versus the division. So the question is, well, can they beat the Colts?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that they could win more games against their division. They can go far in the division. But yeah, we'll see. Marcus Mariota was not too good last year. He's definitely had better years in previous years, previous seasons, I should say. Yeah, get that together. He's a free agent after this season, so it's going to be a very, very interesting quarterback market in the 2020 free agency period because we're going to have Marcus Mariota, Dak Prescott, all on the market. Jameis Winston. So we'll see how these quarterbacks what they get and what teams dish out for them.
Right.
I actually can't wait to see what happens. That'll be very good. Very interesting free agency.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, the Titans. Yeah, they could get it together win the division and lose in the playoffs. Is that a fair uh, summary of their odds going in of their team going into the to the 2019 season?
I think so. I think I want to say any team in the AFC South could pull it together and get a playoff spot. But I don't see any of these teams in the AFC South advancing very far in the playoffs.
Yeah, well the Titans lost their offensive coordinator this last offseason. So hopefully that will be the biggest addition of the whole offseason. Because of course it's the Packers I coach, so hopefully that all works out. So yep. Marcus Mariota though. 11 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. That is not where it needs to be. He did. I think he did miss a couple games. So yep. They
Yeah,
just they got Ryan Tannehill at backup, so we'll see. Maybe they're gonna let Mariota walk and then roll with Ryan Tannehill, um, and maybe Marcus Mariota can sign with the Dolphins. Yeah.
that would be interesting.
All right. Couple questions here for the division. All right. Yeah. Is this the last season for the Colts kicker Adam Vinatieri? Vinatieri. He's 46 and is entering his 24th season.
Wow. I didn't know he's that old.
Kick that field goal, man. Yeah. Uh,
That's pretty awesome.
yeah.
Hey, if
I want
he's
to see a
healthy and he's still kicking, why not?
yeah. I want to see a 50-year-old kicker hit the game winner in the Super Bowl in 2024.
Hey,
Yeah.
I mean his field goal percentage like for career is like 84%. That's not bad.
No, he's a Hall of Famer
And
probably.
and at 46 years old, like that's a lot of field goals he's attempted.
Yeah. All right. So the Texans drafted two offensive linemen, first and second round. Okay, so if Deshaun Watson is still getting chased around and knocked over and knocked over and knocked over, and pressured and sacked again after doing that, after investing your first and second round picks in the offensive line, you got to have a lot of mistrust in the Texans going forward if they can't keep their quarterback safe. It's
Yeah.
like just look no further than they're gonna be another Indianapolis Colts maybe. If no, I don't know if Deshaun Watson would retire, but he'd just always be injured and nothing good would come out of that. So yeah, make sure you keep him protected. All
Yes.
right, so AFC South. One team's gonna get it together just because like it's guaranteed. Mount Moon's gonna be a 7-9 winner, but one team has to win. Maybe you'd all be surprised if that team does well. Is that fair?
I think yeah, that's fair. One of these teams is good. Obviously, one of these teams has to win the division, but I think if they make it
Maybe if
past,
it's a
yeah,
if it's a tie, they should just declare that there's no winner. Why not?
they're just both eliminated.
Yeah, it's like yeah. Okay. Speaking of low ceilings, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers projected to win the NFC South by no one. Um, yeah, Bruce Arians. So, yeah, Bruce Arians and Jameis Winston. Um, yeah, let's see how this goes. We'll give them another year or two, but I can't imagine that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are gonna be. I don't know if they're expecting Jameis Winston to be the guy. Um, I don't know if they're gonna move on from him. Move on from him after this season. Look at this. This is not good. His winningest season was 9 games in 2016. Has not made the playoffs. Um, yeah, not too good. A touchdown to interception ratio of 19-14. He can rush a bit, but if that's your quarterback, then I don't know if you're going to be going places with those kinds of numbers. And
Right.
he just hasn't taken the next step. So, wow, that's quite the top two quarterbacks from that draft. You got Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota. Just
Both.
but did not pan out. Did not like that's what you would expect from like a second round quarterback, not the first and second picks. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that the Titans and the Buccaneers might find themselves drafting quarterbacks in 2020, um, because there's no reason to dish out large swabs of money to these guys if you're not gonna make the playoffs, and if they're not, and they're not performing like a playoff quarterback, and the team's not making the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs because the quarterbacks aren't playing well enough. And it's weird because Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston are both extremely talented quarterbacks. So I wonder what it is. Is it the total lack of talent around them?
I guess it's their situations that they're in.
Do you think one of them should go to the Cowboys if the Cowboys let go of Dak Prescott?
I don't know if the Cowboys will let go of Dak Prescott, but if they did, I mean, Marcus Mariota or that's not that's not that bad.
Sign them
They could
both.
replace Dak Prescott.
Sign them both, and then bring in Ryan Fitzpatrick for the Cowboys to have an epic three quarterback showdown in 2020.
I mean, hey, why not?
That would be
That'd be
amazing.
pretty
And
interesting.
they, you just bring a different one on each drive. Okay. Get
Yes.
get get Ezekiel Elliott to get some snaps at quarterback, and then throw it to Jameis Winston,
Yeah. Why not?
who throws it back to Marcus Mariota, who throws it down deep to Jason Witten, who's still playing in 20. He's still gonna play in 2020 probably. So you can do all that. That's I. Jerry Jones, please. I'll be co-owner. I'll contribute $1, and I can run the team too. So, yeah, Jerry Jones, if you're listening to the podcast, sign Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, and Ryan Fitzpatrick. And you will not regret it just because you'll get so much attention. Like, you would be the story of the NFL, and I don't think you'd actually do that bad if that's what you did. So, I
Yeah.
got some good ideas for you, Jerry. Sign me on. All right, the Panthers,
Yay.
7-9 finish. Um, isn't like that's something that just came like the 7-9. That's exactly what you would think. That's just perfectly right. That is exactly representative of where they are. Because the seven
I
and
think
nine
that's
team, they
probably what
can be
they'll.
good. 7-9 teams can be good. They just didn't do it. You know.
Yeah.
So that's
I
Cam
think they'll
Newton for you.
probably do it again.
Yeah. Cam Newton, he had a decent season. 3,395 yards, 24 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. Christian McCaffrey did very well, rushing and receiving. He combined for 1,900 yards and 13 touchdowns. They ranked 10th in total offense, um, fourth in rushing, so they have a very good rushing attack. Their defense is pedestrian, middle of the. They had 15 in total defense, 19th in points allowed. So yeah, um, I just don't know if they have if they have enough on defense to really make a big stand and get back to where they were a few years ago when they almost went undefeated. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think that the Panthers is just another team that might get it together, but you're suspicious of them having any chance to win the Super Bowl or make it to the Super Bowl.
exactly.
Um,
Yep.
but then again, that's what we're saying about most teams. So it is possible that we get a surprise team. In fact, we can probably expect to have a surprise team. So I mean, I guess it could be the Panthers. Why not? However, I think it's more likely that the Falcons would be that team.
Yeah, I can see the Falcons being the surprise team in the NFC South.
Yeah, they regressed back to down to 7-9 after their 10-6 campaign in 20 or 11-5 campaign in 2017, and then of course they made the Super Bowl in 2016. So, moral of the story of 2016: do not blow a lead because in the Super Bowl because you never know if you're ever going to get back. So that might be one of the greatest draft. That's going to be probably the darkest day in Falcons history was when they lost that Super Bowl. They said
That's rough. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough.
that was rough. They're probably not going to get back. Speaking of missing your chances, you got the New Orleans Saints.
Yes, probably gonna win again this year. The division.
Probably. But, yeah, they obviously have the best chance, so you might as well pick them. But,
Right.
yeah, I mean, they had 2 years that they had a chance that they blew in the well, the refs blew the last one. But I mean, if you put yourself in that situation where there could be a goofy call, that's still your fault. So they have not closed out the games in the playoffs the last couple of years, and if you can't do that, if you let a playoff game slip, it's very difficult to get back there and then win those games the next year. So I don't know about the Saints. I don't know about the Saints. I don't know about the Rams being able to repeat this season. Just because it's so difficult to do it, to be dominant year after year. Um, we'll see. They got Drew Brees. It could happen. Drew Brees is getting older. Um, yeah, you know what, Marcus Davenport. Um, he hasn't done much so far. They traded up to get him last year. Tameson Hill is supposed to be the heir apparent to Drew Brees, but then again, they might be traded Bridgewater. So, I think they got to start this. They have 1 or 2 more years left with Drew Brees. They got to capitalize.
Yep.
Otherwise, they're not going to win the Super Bowl the next few years with Teddy Bridgewater. I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. All right. So in
Yep.
the NFC South, I think do we have any teams? So I guess it's just whether or not the Saints can go ahead and make a run again. Maybe the Falcons. Probably not the Panthers or Bucks. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, I would agree with that. The Bucks. Yeah, they're not gonna do anything. I really doubt it.
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, it's just hard to bet against Drew Brees and the Saints, and yeah, I think unless the Falcons just come out swinging, I don't see it going any other way.
Yeah. All right, moving on to baseball. Some of that MLB stuff. Don't want to talk about the Brewers.
You want to talk about the Brewers?
I don't.
You don't want to talk about the Brewers?
Okay, so what team is gonna what are going to be the two final wild card spots in the Central or in the National League after the Brewers fall out of the race?
Well, I think it's going to be it's looking like it's going to be the Washington Nationals and the Chicago Cubs.
Yep, the Phillies did not get it done, the Diamondbacks did not get it done, and the Brewers choked. So
Yep.
that's very unfortunate. Yeah, of course they had to lose to the Dodgers of all teams last year.
Yeah, the Dodgers.
Um, are the Dodgers gonna sweep everybody in the playoffs, or is there gonna be competition between them and the Cubs, I guess, and the Cardinals? Are probably gonna be the teams that they're playing against.
Um, yeah, one of those two. I could see the Cardinals giving the Dodgers a run for their money. I mean, what was it, 2017, where the Dodgers had the best record in baseball, and they struggled in the playoffs, and then they lost in the World Series. Well, I wouldn't say they struggled in the playoffs, but they weren't coming out and destroying teams in the playoffs. Then they got to the World Series and lost in 7 games to the Astros. I don't know. The Dodgers. I don't know. I just don't really think they are a playoff team. They're kind of more of a regular season team.
Yeah, they just simply have not been able to get it done. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, it's probably gonna be the Cardinals who are gonna win the World Series.
Yeah, I don't know, but in the American League, it's hard to bet against the Astros or the Yankees.
Well, yeah, but like, I think the Cardinals will win in the World Series.
You think over America? Okay,
Yeah, I think they definitely beat the Yankees, right?
I would say so, but man, I don't know. Astros are the team to beat this year.
Oh, they're actually in the tie right now with the Yankees at 88 wins as we speak right now. You got the Twins rolling in there. You got the Cleveland Indians, the Oakland
And
Athletics, or the Tampa Bay Rays.
all
Those are
the
the
Rays
six.
only
The
what?
Rays are a game back.
Yeah, they're a game out.
Otherwise, by the way, Detroit has been officially eliminated from playoff contention, as have the Orioles and the Royals. So
Wow.
Toronto is 3 games. They got to lose 3 more times, and they're out. As does Seattle. So, but Seattle needs to lose 6 more times, 6 more games, or maybe the Oakland will win 6 more, or a combination of the two. So yeah, just so you know, everybody, the bottom 5 teams in the American League will not make the playoffs as we speak on the last day of August.
Wow.
So there we go. Some analysis for you. Okay, so Indians, A's, and Rays. Which team does not make it?
Well, Oakland, I'm thinking is going to make it because they've just been on a tear recently. I think they were 7-3 their last 10, and they've been playing some good teams too. They've been playing the Astros and the Yankees, and they've been winning games. Uh Cleveland, they've been kind of they've still been winning games. They're in the they have the first wild card spot. Tampa Bay needs to go on a streak if they want to get a wild card spot.
Yeah,
I mean, it's time
series
to
of
do
the
it.
weekend is going to be Rays versus Indians. We'll have to keep an eye on that one.
You think it will be Rays versus Indians?
Well, that they've got a series coming up this weekend, so
Oh,
you gotta pay
yes.
attention to that.
Yeah,
Yep.
that would be a good series.
Or you can watch Twins Tigers. That's the other option. Or you could watch some of that college football and see Texas A&M ruin Texas. Was it Texas State University? I forget. Um, yeah. So good job college football for allowing that to happen. We'll talk more about that in a future episode. Why it is that why it is that the Power Five conferences play most of their non-conference games against Group of Five conferences, resulting in the most boring possible games of football you can imagine, such as Texas A&M ruining Texas, Texas, Texas State, and then we got Wisconsin ruining the University of Southern Florida. Yeah, the list goes on. It's not fun to think about. So we're looking at why
Yeah.
that is, why they just don't get rid of it. Because there's a reason, unfortunately. It involves NCAA fun times. So yeah, which means that it's not a really good reason, but it's a reason that makes everybody go, "Oh, that's it, isn't it?" So we'll talk more about that later on in a future episode. Okay, so can we get a World Series prediction? Who's going to beat who?
Who's it gonna be?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go either. I think I might have to go Astros. And National League. National League. I don't know. Probably the Dodgers again, as much as that hurts.
Okay, the Cardinals are going to beat the Twins. There we go. That's my prediction. I'm not basing that off of anything except that it's totally random. But it really wouldn't surprise me if the Cardinals won the World Series, despite not being good, or that good. They've managed to do it. They've managed to put themselves in a position to do so. So that makes us all very sad. It doesn't need to be this way, but that's the way it's going to be anyway. So those happy thoughts in mind, we're gonna conclude the first YouTube edition of the Examine Fandom. If you enjoyed the show, please follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Examine Fandom at Twitter, and then we're just the Examine Fandom on Instagram. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. We're also going to be putting our old episodes that we did on Apple, on the Apple podcast. We're going to be putting those up. We're going to be uploading them up to the YouTube channel so you guys can check those out. All right, have a good day, everybody. Bye.